Hey Taylor-tots, welcome back to my channel. I told you it was coming, and as you can see, today we have VeMakeup. Hey Taylor-tots, we're super excited for you to join us today. I am so pumped for this fabulous special guest. I told you we have a new setup here for a podcast. As you can tell, it's still got a little bit of an echo, girl, but we're working through it. We're going to end up getting a microphone to make this a lot more enjoyable. But I want you to meet the fabulous VeMakeup. Can you tell them where to find you and your...
You can find me on Instagram, VeMakeup713, and then here on YouTube and on TikTok, it's all the same, VeMakeup713.
Yes! VeMakeup713, honey. It's all about having consistency, baby. Consistency.
Yes.
Well, I'm so pumped because we actually, if you see the look now, we were on her channel yesterday doing a get ready with me, and she had a little bit of a deep dive of justice. There's a few things on there that I have never actually disclosed to any of you fabulous Taylor-tots. If you want to know a little bit of some juicy details, like where my first name came from as far as justice, real juicy. You may need a little bit of concealer for the blushing you're going to do when you find out. And then I actually talk about my biological father a little bit, because that is not a girl, honey. When I tell you, I told her, I said, oh, you're making me spill some tea on myself that I wouldn't even say on my channel yet. So she's good, girl. Don't let the makeup fool you, honey. She paints on this nice face. Just kidding. Girl, bye. So V, so tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, where are you from? Like, where did you, because I know in your video yesterday, you were alluding to that you weren't always in the U.S. So.
Yes, no, I am. We were just going through this. I'm an immigrant, I guess. I was born in Monterrey, Mexico. I was actually meant to be born here in Houston, but my parents came from Mexico, like the legal way and everything. Not that it matters.
I'm like, girl, we ain't nickel and diamond.
Texas was once Mexico. So yeah, I was supposed to be born here in Houston, and my mom was just 7 months pregnant. She was just lonely here, and she moved back to Mexico.
That's cool, though.
And when I turned 3, she just didn't she wanted to give me a better life, you know. Both of them, my parents, and both of my parents, actually, my dad is an American citizen because my grandma's American, and if you see my grandma, she, God rest her soul, but she's like white hair, blue eyes, white complected, nothing to do with me, like the complete opposite. But yeah, so the only problem with coming back was me, because you know you have to file all the baby papers and everything. So it was taking forever. So my parents had to we had to cross the desert when I was 3. So I remember like my dad carrying me and everything. Like I can remember breathing. Like I was 3 years old. I mean, 3 years old.
That's a lot of memory. Yeah, you can remember.
And just like I remember like a heavy 33-year-old, you know, and here I am, and you know I've been living in Houston since I was 3. I turned 4 here, so.
That's so crazy. And that's where, like, I feel like a lot of people take for granted. Like, I know myself, like, I don't have anything to be able to say that was this adventurous of getting here, girl. I was like, girl, we were here. We were poor. We were here, girl. Like, that's crazy. I mean. My parents came with $20 to the United States, so they've done so good. Well, hell, that's not even a tank of gas right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But you know what? It's so cool, though, that they were so driven to make sure that, you know, not only they had a great future, but that you also were being set up for success. Because, I mean, again, I know that, like,
sacrifice.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you go to Mexico and just anywhere in general in that region, I know that, one, first off, the food is so sickening, girl, that I wish that I could just live there. But, you know, they talk about the money, like, the what you have here is completely, like, you get so much more for your money there if you have money from here. Yeah. Because, like, the rate exchange. So it's so crazy to me. We have went on a couple of vacations and even cruises where we went, and a friend of ours is very fluent in Spanish. You would never know it, obviously, but he always does like the talking and negotiating and things like that when it comes to buying. But we always keep in mind, like, don't try and haggle to the ground, girl. At the end of the day, it goes a lot further for them than it does for us. It's not just a damn cheap. Yeah. So, and he always reminds us that. He's like, girl, stop trying to get everything for free. Like, I'm like, girl. He's like, girl, free. You get a sample, honey. Here you go. Like, but I mean, that's really cool, though. Yeah. As far as makeup goes, like, how long have you been a makeup artist?
Well, I mean, makeup artist. I feel like I'm just an artist in general. Like, I don't like that word because I feel like there's so many like self-proclaimed makeup artists. They buy a little palette and they're just makeup artists. You know what I mean?
Like rappers.
Yeah, like they get a chain and they're makeup. I mean, they're rappers. You know what I mean? And I feel the same with makeup. I feel like people don't like respect it because of so many like people just self-proclaiming that. You know, just getting clients. They don't even have a full kit or you know what I mean? Like, but I started doing makeup on people that's why, like, you know, but I've always loved makeup in general, you know, even since high school, like, people were already asking me to do their makeup. I was just like,
well, girl, this blend on this eye, I don't know if y'all clocked it, but honey, she is smooth like butter, honey.
And I really started getting into it like 2015, 16, and then like 16, I was like, okay, I'm done with clients. Like, I just don't want to deal with people no more. You just never know what you're gonna get, you know. And like, I was just over it. I'm like, I still have makeup, you know, but I want to do something different. And that's when I really started like creating like content. And like, I've always been into it because like my MySpace was lit. Like
girl, I miss MySpace.
My shit was
when
lit.
I tell you,
anybody that followed me there.
What was it? The top 10?
Top 8.
Top 8. Yeah, top 8. And when I tell you that having the music and the backdrop, honey, I was girl.
I missed that so much. I wish that like I don't know what happened. It was so much fun.
Well, we would say we like Facebook to do it, but right now Facebook is
not for me.
She's done.
Yeah,
she's done, girl. She's done.
For the boomers.
Well, and it's so funny that you said that you got tired of doing makeup on clients because I say this a lot when people ask me why do I not try and pursue the application part of makeup, and this isn't against anybody that does it, but I told them, do I want to be the makeup artist or the person hiring the makeup artist? And not saying that people that are the makeup artists are beneath them by any means, but how do you retire from being a makeup artist? How do you, like, are you building into a 401k? Like, how are you building your legacy for when you are ready to retire? And a lot of times that the people that are artistry are not thinking about that because we're such dreamers and we're so passionate about the artistry part of it that we don't think about the business part of it. And so for me, I went completely different route. I'm still in the cosmetic industry, but again, like you said, I do creator content because it's fun for me, but I don't want to be the person that is being called to be hired to do makeup on somebody. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to have fun with makeup and make it a passion and make other people passionate about it. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be the person. Like one day I'm gonna be like, you know what, you're gonna come paint me, and that's what it's gonna be. Yeah. But again, it's not to downplay anybody that is a makeup artist and is doing that. But again,
it's just not for you. Like,
how are you gonna retire? You know, 30 years down the road from doing makeup, unless you're creating your own makeup brand later on. Or doing it's just not. Or you turn into RuPaul. Yeah. And then I still don't believe she knows how to do her makeup, but I'm like, we'll go in there and just like hide in a bush somewhere and watch. But like, I know she doesn't do her makeup now, but we saw when she did and now, and that's why I think it's so funny when I watch people like critique. They're like, oh, that makeup is blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you don't even do your own makeup, girl. Like, But as far as like now, so what do you do now other than creator content? What do we do?
I am a full-time mom.
That's awesome.
I'm a stay-at-home mom. So
girl, that's a full-time job.
Yeah, I have 2 kids. I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. They're about to be their birthdays are 7 days apart. So their birthdays are coming up. Come next week, actually, it's my son's birthday, and then the week after is my daughter's birthday.
I love it.
And I'm done with having kids, though.
Mine's July 8th, in case any of you are looking for a gift for Justice.
Yes.
Thank you. Just saying.
Yes. Good to know. Noted.
Yeah. Girl, hello.
Noted.
Yeah. Makeup is always
it's always
it's friendly, you know. You don't need it in my size. It always fits.
Talking about that, do you know that I went through like a phase where like people. I mean, I get a lot of makeup, and I always give like in general. I'm always giving makeup, because there's a lot of things that I don't use, and I'm just like give the more the merrier, It got to the point where like people were like, I heard through the grapevine that it wasn't considered a gift because I got it for free.
What?
Yeah. So there was like, even though I'm giving you like pristine makeup, like it's not like I'm giving you
I'd be like,
Dollar Tree makeup. Even then you should be grateful for whatever you get, But then I was like, man, you know what? I'm done. Like, I'd rather just do giveaways. And even in giveaways, the people are so weird. I've had like 5-6 giveaways, and then they'll block me after I send it to them. Like, I'll be like, hey, to get the package, like the.
That's weird.
I've been like, I had 6 giveaways, and 3 of those people they'll block me after they get it.
We have one thing for you, and it's not even words. So when I count to 3, we're just gonna look at the camera and go. Okay, and we're gonna keep this part in because I want you to know that we're planning this for you. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Girl, the noise that's in here is gonna explain everything. I'm just saying. My thing is, I'm like, girl, you wouldn't have got it if I wouldn't have given it to you. Yeah. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yeah, but I'm actually excited that you talked about giving stuff away because I actually got you something. So she, I don't know if people think about this, but when it comes to makeup, we always talk about detail. The detail is what actually makes us look more elevated. And if you don't take the time to do detail in your makeup, then that's why it looks so, we say pedestrian. Absolutely. So what makes you more luxury and more high end is detail.
Absolutely.
So she actually brought me something that is her favorite candle. I'm so excited. It's strawberry daiquiri. I am so pumped, and it's hilarious. Girl, pumped. I am so pumped. So pumped. No. But I'm excited to do this because when people bring me candles, I get really nervous. I'm not going to lie because I do not do earthy and I don't do anything like tobacco, like, right, girl, woody. No ma'am. Yeah. I don't need it to smell like an incense in her, girl. No ma'am. So when she's like, it's strawberry daiquiri, I'm like, yes!
You know, those are sweet smells.
Yes, but I got you something, and I told you were going to call me Oprah. But if you can reach into the pink gorilla and see what I brought you.
That's even better. Oh my God. Just that in general. It could be a lollipop. And
girl.
I'm going to be excited.
All right, reach in, girl.
I'm going to bring it out slowly. Yes.
Yay!
Oh my
so
God.
just to explain what this is a makeup artist's best friend. This is a product from Christian Dior. This is called Dream Skin. It is phenomenal. You put it, girl, very end of your makeup before you do any primers or any makeup. What this does is it's Dream. It addresses dark spots, redness, erases fatigue, it's anti-aging, and minimizes pores. Dream, girl.
What else can you ask for?
Dream, girl.
Sold.
So the reason why I wanted to give you this is because as a makeup artist, I know that when it comes to like obviously working with clients before, it was hard to match the true undertone of customers. Yeah. So for yourself, like if you're ever like, I know you're a pro at matching your own foundation shade at this point, but if you ever feel like you're getting too red or anything happens, this actually neutralizes anything that you've earned in life. So where you can see your true undertone of your skin to match the correct shade.
I am so excited to try this. Thank you
Girl,
so much.
There's no makeup looks.
I think this is my first Dior. Oh no, I had the Dior foundation. This is my second Dior product.
This right here is 120 doll hairs, and she is all yours for the price of putting me on your channel.
Yes,
girl, I live.
Thank you.
No, absolutely. I wanted, and it's funny because I immediately thought about this, and I was so like when you said I got you a gift, I was like, dang, she's already thinking like I do. No,
I love giving gifts.
I do too.
Even if it's just meaningful to you. Yeah, it's like you put a little.
Well, and you know what I think what it is like with makeup, we're always trying to make them feel how we see them, which is gorgeous. We want them to feel that. And so when it comes to giving a gift, like it makes us feel good because we're actually the one doing it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's I'm a gift giver too. Rich does that too. He'll be like, here girl, here's this and this and this and this and this, and here's this. And then he goes, and I also keep zebra cakes at the house just in case you get hungry.
Zebra cakes is where it's at.
Girl, hello.
And there's a reason they come in two so you can share.
No, it doesn't. It's so that I have two hands. And I can just
period. I had it wrong.
Oh my gosh. So as far as like we've already discussed where you are now doing more content. So I know you said that you took some time off.
I took a whole year off.
So is that something you actually want to talk about or do we want to keep this later?
No, we'll talk about it. We can talk about it.
All right. Spill the guts. Here's the tea, girl.
So it was actually, I had very bad health anxiety, which was like so terrifying. And don't ever Google symptoms because you think you're dying.
Girl, hello, having to cut your own foot off.
And then the American, what's called medical system is just insane. Like now that like I've been through it, it's just, I went through it to the emergency room 4 times. Yeah. 7,000 doctors, all kinds. Nobody could tell me anything, pretty much. I actually ended up getting answers from a chiropractor.
Really?
And even though I went to the emergency room, got all kinds of stuff, x-rays, and they couldn't find anything wrong with me. And I kept feeling this pain in my rib, like pain, like it was on this side. So then it started being like, oh, maybe you have breast cancer. Yeah. So, you know, I was just
immediately off the deep end.
Off the deep end, and I'm like, I have 2 kids, so I'm just like, fuck makeup right now. Like, if I'm dying, I'm gonna spend everything. You know, obviously I wasn't, you know, but it's hard when you're in that mental state not to think that, you know. But finally, I found out that my ribs were out of place.
What?
Like completely.
That's a thing?
So your ribs, like this is your spine, and your ribs are supposed to kind of lay, like not connect, but they're like supposed to lay like this and like, connect to each other. While my ribs were like this, like into each other because of my I did a lot of resistant band workouts. I pulled them out of place. I had 3 on this side and 2 on this side.
That's so crazy.
This side was worse because this is like my big boob. I don't I have one like there. You know,
me too, girl. Me too.
The right one is the big one, so this was the bigger one, so it was more weight on my rib, you know, and everything. So I had to get therapy and like I'm just glad I'm not dying.
Well, yeah, girl, because I mean that's crazy. I mean, and that's why they say do not Google your own symptoms, girl. Just go see a professional because that's. I mean, you'll freak yourself
right
out.
away. It's like you have cancer, you're dying, or like something insane, you know. And it's just like I had to pull myself out of that, you know. And it was really hard, and it was hard because like you know, I had my followers were like, you know, and I get it because I'm not posting it, so they're like started going down, and like I would post something and wouldn't do as good as it used to do, you know, and it was just like so draining because I want to do it, you know, but I also don't because I'm not in the mental state of it. But
when it also becomes a chore, because at that point your mind is not really on the content, you're really just focused on like just getting it done just so that you can have content. And obviously I'm new, so I haven't hit that yet. And even a lot of other, you know, people that are on YouTube, they tell me, you know, you're going to hit that wall, just keep pushing. And, you know, be truthful with your followers because, you know, they're going to understand a lot more than you expect. And some people really are just there just to be there. But then there's the fabulous, like my Taylor-tots. I mean, they are so... That
really support you. Like, I had so many people, like, reach out to me and DM me. And I was like, those are the people that help me, like, get out of it. You know what I mean? Because there's just... I either had to completely stop. Like, I almost deleted everything. And I was like, I worked so hard for all of this.
You built it up.
It's like...
Well, I mean, I know you have like over 5,500 on YouTube, and then on Instagram, girl, over 148,000 followers. I mean, honey, I'm over here trying to be like her when I grow up.
It just like comes like a snowball, like it's just like
out of nowhere.
Yeah, and like I said, I was doing so good, and then it just completely stopped. So it's like I stopped my momentum, and it's just hard to like get back in the rhythm and everything.
Well, and the thing is too is it also gets you reinvigorated when you do start again because you've had time, and I feel like when you're doing something every single day or consistently, what ends up happening is that you end up running out of ideas. You're not running out of ideas; you're just half-assing like your ideas. Yeah, but now like you've had some time, you like there's new things that you want to try. Even when it comes to a makeup application, there's been so many trends that's come out in the past year that you could now utilize, and that's a ton of content. But I think the main thing, and this is what we were talking about when we were talking about my channel today, is really getting to know the person behind the shield, and we call makeup the shield because we paint on what you want to see, but sometimes we use it as a crutch, and we're not really being 100% vulnerable because it's really hard to be vulnerable. Yeah, it's really hard, and it's sometimes you don't want people in your business because. I mean, imagine if people had went and told your kids, or
you know what I mean?
I mean, you know, about giving a gift.
People love to, people love to see you. You know, you're doing good, and then they don't see it. They love seeing that, you know. And it's like me was helping and help, you know. But like right now, it's like I never really care what people say, you know. Like, it's gonna be there. People are gonna talk regardless.
Well, and it's the bigger you get, the more you're gonna have. More love, but you're also going to have hate. And right now I'm in that limbo moment where almost everybody is so supportive and love, but Rich is like, get ready for it. He's like, just wait. He's like, you're going to get a video that's going to go viral on YouTube out of nowhere, and it's going to be from like 6 months ago. And then that's going to be the one that's going to get you a ton of people, but it's going to be also
a lot of
support and
judgment. Like for me, like, for me it's like, you get 100 good comments, but then you get 2 or 3 and they're like vicious. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I've always been very like strong, thick skin, you know, I don't really let things get to me, but like eventually they'll stay in the back of your mind. Like right before I got off Instagram for a year, or just in general, I was doing like a Q&A on my stories, and there was like, I was answering and people were like, you know, I was talking about being Mexican and stuff like that, and out of the nowhere, and I feel like, I don't know if you've experienced this, but if somebody says something on Instagram or TikTok, they'll just like repeat it. It just, I don't know what it is. It's just like a fuel.
Girl, TikTok Live.
It's a fuel, you know what I mean? Yeah. And
I told her that they call me, what is his name from Addams Family?
Uncle?
Yeah, Uncle Fester, girl. They're like, Uncle Fester, Uncle Fester, Uncle Fester. And I'm like, girl, it's not doing anything. You're not hurting my feelings. You're just being extra.
Yeah, and you're whether you comment good or bad, it's still going to be good for us.
We still see it.
Yeah. And it's going to be like, you're just, you know, creating more traffic. So good or
well, and
bad.
that's why I'm saying, stay on, girl. You can keep talking. It's fine. My partner, Chris, will actually get on there and moderate. And if they start getting really bad, he'll actually delete the comment, block, and then that way the comment doesn't stay in the section. But the thing is, what ends up happening is when the negative people come in, like I literally, sometimes I don't even see it.
I don't see it. Yeah.
But it makes everybody else like, instead of paying attention to what's going on, they go to them.
Be like, are you gonna let them say that? Or people I know, they'll be like, I just got into it with this person. I'm like, I mean, sometimes I have time, and if you want to talk shit, you better be ready.
She said, sometimes I got time.
You know what I mean? If I'm bored at a soccer game with my kids, and you're talking shit, and I see it, and you better be ready. I feel like us, not influencers, just, you know, people that create content, whether it's makeup or anything, you have to be like this perfect person. You can't even defend yourself, and it's like, no, people talk shit.
Yeah,
you better be ready because there's they're so used to talking shit behind.
Well, you know what I do on TikTok? I literally ask them, hey, can you go ahead and send me a request to come on camera with me? I would love to be able to talk in person. Because I'm like, if you're bold enough to put it in a text or in a comment, then why don't you go ahead and have the balls, as we say, to come on live and have a conversation with me? Because I want to get to know your thought process. Because if you're just talking shit to talk shit, then just talk shit. But if you're talking shit and you feel like there's a purpose behind it, then let's talk through it. Yeah. Because you know what? Maybe I need to see it your way.
Is it constructive criticism? Because they'll be like, oh, it's just my opinion. It's like, okay, we all have opinions.
Opinions are like an asshole. Everybody has one.
Exactly. One of my favorite things ever. I literally even tell my kids this. It's so true. Yeah. And I feel like people are so quick to like judge. And it's like, I feel like nobody that writes negative things is like has a fucking life. Like, let's just be real. Like, I can't ever, even if I don't like something, or if I have an opinion, I'm just like, I mind my fucking business, you know?
Well, and it's so funny, too.
I don't know if we can cuss in your channel.
Girl, it is what it is. No, girl, I don't say anything. I'm such an angel. No, and it's so funny because I was like, I remember when I first started getting on TikTok Live, and
I've never done TikTok Live.
Girl, when I tell you, when you first start doing it, before you start getting your fabulous, clouds, she calls her followers and subscribers, clouds. Yes, her clouds. I say the supporters because I don't ever say fans. Because again, like, we're fans of you. So, I mean, it's different. So she calls them the clouds because, again, and she went this on her channel. But it's when you look up and you see a cloud, no two are the same. It's kind of like a snowflake as well. Yeah. But the thing is, but you're like, we ain't going to call them snowflakes, girl.
Snowflakes is the low-key insult.
Girl, she's a snowflake. But, I love what you said about the clouds is because it's all about your imagination when you're looking up. And each one is so different. And the imagination is what you actually see. So I told her, I said, at one point you're going to think it's like, Jesus eating a chicken nugget. Or what is a dinosaur? Or,
like anything.
Yeah, you can be whatever it wants it to be. Because it's not, like, it's all up to who's seeing it. And we all see the beauty different.
Yeah. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
But I would be on TikTok Live on a Saturday, girl. And when I tell you, they are vicious as hell. And this is before I was in the algorithm of my own. I said, where's my people at, girl? Because I need to get in the algorithm of my folks.
Yeah.
But they would come on and they were sitting there talking all this mess. And I was like, do you understand that you're literally watching my live on a Saturday night? So you're not out doing anything on a Saturday night. You're on TikTok watching me that you hate. And I said, what you need to understand is for TikTok, it's in an algorithm. So it's actually bringing you content that you've watched and interacted with before. So all you're doing is helping yourself see more fabulosity.
See more of him.
Exactly. I'm like, girl, I'm just going to keep popping up, girl. Yep. Uncle Fester with a light bulb. There's an idea.
Period. I'll be all of y'all.
Girl, hello. Done. So as far as like later on down the road, I know you're making content now. And what is like your ambition? Like in the perfect world, what would happen in your ambitions for a future? Like, what do you want?
I want to like do full-time YouTube more. Like, I kind of want to focus on that and just like show my life because I have a lot of things going on. Like, even just my little life, it's always something going on, and like I want to focus on that. And I also, like you said, I do want to do merch. That's something that I've been looking into for a while.
Yes.
But I want to like be able to like come back and like connect with my followers again and do all of that. And that's what I really want to do, and just be a mom.
That's good. And the thing is, being a mom is full time.
And my kids are super creative, and they both want to be YouTubers too. So it's like I want to be able to kind of have my platform to kind of introduce them. So that's kind of like what I'm working on too. So parents are people are like you get money from your parents and that, but that's what parents are supposed to do. We're supposed to
provide.
Not even just provide, like make a way for them.
Well, and that's what I was about to say. I think it's so cool that you're actually showing your kids that there's a different avenue other than going and working here or going to do this, like the things that you feel like you're obligated to have to do. And I love that because I remember growing up, there was not, first off, YouTube wasn't a thing. Yeah. I know we're millennials, but it wasn't a thing like when I was.
We grew up with it, like the creation of it.
Yeah, and it's good that you're very open-minded for your kids to learn something because, I mean, we haven't went into full detail about this, but just to put in perspective, like my mom and stepdad really did not like, I wanted to be in band. They said no, it's too feminine. I wanted to be an actor. No, they want like different things that they didn't feel was masculine.
Yeah,
I mean, I went full off the deep end at this point. Yeah, real men wear lipstick. But that's the thing is like, it's so cool that you're showing them that there's a different avenue to do that because I know even right now, like Rich Lux, he's made a huge name for himself. I mean, he does nothing but YouTube, and it's so cool to see that there is more.
That I started following when he had like 500 followers on just YouTube, and I just knew just because his personality, I was like, I know he's just gonna. I knew it. Like, there's just people that you just know that it's just gonna blow up, and I knew it.
And the funny thing is like I was literally so one of our followers ended up messaging me a couple days ago and was asking about, like, she was frustrated about something he had posted, and I actually told her, I said, something I want you to know is, one, take things that is being said on social media with a grain of salt, because sometimes it really is just to see who's going to pop off about it.
Yeah.
But the other thing is he's really smart. So if I want you to do something, instead of me just directly telling you, hey, you need to go do X, Y, and Z, say like DragCon, for instance, I'm not going to say you need to go to DragCon. I'm going to make it seem like that it's either so amazing that you're missing out that it makes you want to entice you to go, or that it's the other way around, which is what he does, which is like, I am so disappointed in our community because, it was DragCon, there was only like 1,000 people there, where usually there's 2,000 and 3,000. And, I know it's a pandemic, but it's the other part is just really building up the hype in a different way.
Yeah.
And he does that a lot because he's always trying to support local, anything, businesses, or I mean, even the B12 store. He's posting about it all the time. They don't give him sponsorship. They're not doing anything for free for him.
He's doing it.
Yeah, but he does it because it's either a positive reinforcement that you did it, or to create some kind of drama around it to make you want to go do it. But the whole point is, at the end of his mindset is that you go and support it. That's all it really comes down to. Whether it be a positive or negative, you're supporting it.
You're still in the mix.
Yeah. And I love that about him because there's always an agenda behind it. It's not just he's just posting something random to talk mess. You know what I mean?
The way he moves is always like there's like back. He has what's it like? He has a plan.
Yep. So speaking of just content in general, I was scrolling through your your Instagram, and I was looking at all of your work and all of your fabulous looks, and I've put it on my channel a couple of times, just scrolling down so they can see a few. What out of your makeup looks is your favorite that you've done so far?
I think I did a series where it was like graphic liner and glitter. I think it was just so fun, and that's right before I got off Instagram, and it was just so much fun, like just creating it, because I was like, okay, these colors, like I wasn't overly thinking, I was just doing it, you know what I mean? That's probably one of my favorite things I've done.
Well, and you told me also that, like, when we were doing the Get Ready on her channel, she was like, graphic liner is my strong suit, and I'm over here like, yeah, mine too, like holding the liquid liner, like. And
it's like, I was so happy that, like, when makeup started, there was no neon. I could not find a neon colorful palette to save my life. Like, there was no neon, there was no graphic. I kind of had to, like, mix things and learn how to do it on my own. Now it's, like, so easy. If you want a neon palette, there's 70 of them. You want to water activate it, So I feel like now I actually, when I told you about, I think I told you, I want to go back and look at my looks that have been, like, gone viral, like, done really good. And I want to recreate them, like, more, like, of this version, you know what I mean? Because
you've evolved.
Yeah, I feel like back then my looks were just like, I was just like
pumping them out,
killing it. Like wow, like because but then that's what I mean like the year off, and also like it put into perspective that I can't just say yes to everything. I can't overwhelm myself. Like I can't, like, for me personally, I do the editing, I do everything. I'm the content creator, editing, makeup artist, model, everything, nails, everything is just me. I have no help. So I can't have 3 deadlines and have no help in 1 week. Like, it's just super over. And plus, I have 2 kids, a husband, and a house, and
you're like, I have a life.
Like, it's just so much to do. And, like, when I did take the year off, it was even harder for me to create content as well, because I was homeschooling my kids. Like, so it's like, I can be a teacher. First of all, I'm not a teacher. It was crazy experience. I was 2nd grade and 4th grade teacher. I was like, what the fuck am I doing right now? I was just trying to keep it together. And then
it's the pandemic-wise.
It was so hard.
And that's also making everybody, like, hypersensitive as well. So, like, I mean, it's very, girl, I have never wanted to bake in my life, but when we were in the quarantine, girl, I'm over here trying to, like, bake stuff and everything's sold out. And I'm like, well, it's just a sign. I'm not supposed to bake, girl.
I love to bake. I'm like, you like to cook and stuff?
No. I can cook Domino's down, but she don't eat pizza. Okay, we found out on her channel she don't eat pizza, girl.
I don't like dairy. I know, I'm weird.
There's other things than dairy on there. You can get it without cheese, girl. I mean,
just the bread and tomato sauce.
Girl, well, I know there's some people that eat it.
It smells so good. Like, I love the way it smells. Like,
well, I actually got you a candle here that smells like pizza. Right?
Is it pineapple pizza?
Right? Girl, they got so mad. Have you ever done a clickbait on yours?
No, I know it.
Girl, they were like, you are so She literally came in and she goes, by the way, I watched your video And what was your first impression when you saw the tear, girl? The tear got everybody.
Whenever you were like about to say, you're like, okay, I'm about to confess. I was like, oh my god, I wonder what, like a deep trauma he had or something bad happened, and you're like, oh no, I just like hang up with myself, like dying.
But you know what's so funny though is everybody's mind immediately goes to conversations they've had with a person that is like so passionate, honey, that is like, I do not do pineapple on pizza. And you're like, it ain't that deep, girl. It's just a piece of food, honey. Like, honey, yeah. And I'm like, but there was a lot. Pineapple. Girl, they popped off in the comments about it.
People always get mad about that. Mm-hmm. Just as much as me not liking pizza, people are just as mad as...
I ain't mad, girl. That means I get more. We were talking about the school pizza. I don't know if all of you had that when you were in school. The very thin pizza with the pepperoni on it. And then that watery ranch. That ranch is still like slaps to this day. She don't do it. But she was talking about how she used to swindle the kids, swindle her friends into switching. So she would give them the pizza and she would take their french fries because you already know schools were already trying to make us big anyway, girl. So it was...
I'll give you the pizza and the milk. Give me your french fries.
I was like, honey, girl, I would have taken it all. I said, we would have been best friends, girl. I gave you a little bit of fries, but I would have ate that pizza as well.
I stirred up the pot in elementary because people were fighting for that pizza. They're like, you're trading with me today. I'm like, girl, I already made the deal with this dude. Mm-hmm.
And those burgers, they didn't even really taste like a burger.
It tasted like paper.
It did. I still ate it, though. It was good.
We had no choice. We're millennials. We got what we had.
You know what my friend says? You get what you get, not picture fit.
Yeah. It's a good thing I'm gonna tell my kids that.
Honey, I feel like we're all the firstborn, where it shows you like firstborn, they hit their toe, they don't even recognize it. The second one hits it, and they're like, ow. Yeah. Then the third one is like crying on the floor. Yeah.
I'm the oldest, so yeah, I definitely fit.
I was technically an only child. If y'all want to know about the dad situation, go to her channel. It was posted yesterday. It's going to be in the description so that way you can actually see how I was talking about my biological father and how many kids there are, girl. How many there are, girl. Ugh, and I'm saying that very broad because I'm sure there's more we haven't discovered. But speaking of kids, because I don't know this if it's too deep, but you said you already have two.
Yes.
They're getting pretty old now, girl. They're almost in the teens, mama. You got one, but the other one's getting close.
Why would I start over? No.
That's what I was about to say. You're gonna
leave them in a room without them dying now. So, it's because the baby, it's super hard because you don't get no sleep. Yeah. And then they change to toddlers. They're little demons. They're just trying to kill themselves. They're trying to keep them alive because they will. They're trying to kill themselves.
Very lick the wall out
and moment. It's like they're older. They do their own thing. I can, even though not because they're my kids, I've always had really good kids where to the point where people are like, do you have them threatened? Why are they so good? I'm like, that's just how they are,
I used to turn to they would ask my mom the same thing and I would turn to them after she would turn away and I'm like, she told me she'd give me back to the milkman because I look nothing like her. My mom used to tan so much that people asked if that was my mom.
Really?
She would get so dark, and I'm over here struggling. I've laid out 3 times, and I got a bit of a base tan.
She was just the good tanner.
Girl,
I love
she was the baby oil person.
I love the skin color like
Girl, that. Me too. I mean, at one point, she got a little too far where she looked like a handbag. I'm not going to lie. I was like, Mom, you just need a handle, and I'll keep my lip gloss in your mouth, girl. But I will tell you that she would get so dark. Again, we would go to Walmart, because, I was poor, girl. We go to Walmart.
Hey, I still go to Walmart. Walmart is my shit.
I only go because Rich makes me, and because I like it. But we would go in there, and they're looking at me and you could tell they're like, "Is that her kid, or did she steal him? Is that her kid?" I'm like this, blinking twice.
It's funny that she would go along with it, be like, "Oh."
Yeah, she's like, "This isn't my kid."
My dad used to do that to me because my whole life I grew up thinking I was dark.
Yeah.
Dark. Everybody would I feel like I'm not even. I got bullied I'm putting out my business out. My dad's family. Fuck y'all. No, I'm just when I was little, so like I said, my grandma was white complected, blue eyes, and maybe my mom's family, her dad was white complected, green eyes. Yeah. So then I looked like my grandpa. My grandpa's curly, black hair, dark complected. Yeah. And even though I don't think I'm that dark, even right now I'm not tan, but I'm just, look at us.
Well.
You're a little pinker. I have that little yellow in me. I used to get bullied for that. They'll be like, oh, you're white complected cousins. They're going to be cute, and you're dark and skinny. And this and that. Now my cousins look a hot mess, and My
girl.
aunts, now I look at my aunts, it's like, you were really telling me this at 7 years old, bro? Like, you're evil as fuck. You know? But now, like, I'm not even, I love my skin color.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've learned.
Well, hell, I'm trying to catch up. I'm over here, like, trying to lay out.
I'm with you because I'm pretty pale right now. Look at my boobs.
Look at mine.
This is what gives me up. I have to bring my foundation to my boobs.
Girl.
It's so white.
I literally am like, I tell people, they're like, it's bad to lay out, and I'm like, anyway.
Yeah.
So I said, if you can't, right? I'm like, if you can't tone it, you can't tan, and if I want to die, I'm gonna die tan. But my freckles one day are gonna like touch, and I'm gonna be brown for the rest of my life. I'm trying so hard.
We're going for the freckle color.
Girl, people put them on now.
Yeah.
I still don't want mine. But it's, I mean, and it's so funny.
You can't see them.
Hello, girl. She's like, I got freckles. I was like, where? On your shoulders? Like you're covered in like.
Lindsay Lohan.
Girl. No, girl. Every time somebody says Lindsay Lohan, I think of that part where she was out at the with the DJ
and she's like dancing on stage.
and she's like, and with her knee up, and then she does it again with her knee up, and I was like, girl, she thought she was tearing it up, girl. It feels like club play at pool day.
I have a soft spot for her.
Do you?
Yeah, because of Mean Girls and Parent Trap. I love Parent Trap.
Mm-hmm.
You like Parent Trap? Lindsay Lohan's not
Girl, for the longest time, I thought she actually had a twin. So I was like, look at her acting like this.
It was very.
Parent Trap was cute. It was a cute movie. I actually like it. I like the blonde lady that was the soon-to-be stepmom. I loved her.
Yes.
But I did. Now, Mean Girls. I love Mean Girls. And I'm not gonna lie. And I'm sure. I hope that I get so famous that he actually sees this video because I want to talk about Damien, girl. Damien that played the one that said he's too gay to function. Oh, he's great in the movie, but in person, it's not the vibe.
Really?
So, no, girl. So tea time. So
we're sipping it,
honey. We went on a business trip to where is it? Is it New Jersey? I guess. Mm-hmm. And we ended up taking an Uber into Hell's Kitchen. So we went to go watch a drag show. Two of our friends were actually doing a travel nursing assignment there, and this is before the pandemic. And this is actually when I first became an account executive. So we went and we drove in, or we took the Uber in, and we went to some club. And the drag show was about to start, and we were excited. You know, I mean, my thing is I've done drag for 13 years, so it was something fun to just go see a different type of drag because New York, they really do sing live, and they do a lot of Broadway, things like that. And next thing I know, I see him come in, and I was like, oh, that's Damien from Mean Girls. Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? Let me go offer him a shot, because I like to take a photo. I don't get starstruck by people. I'm very, like, chill. So I walked in, I was like, hey, are you? And I looked up his real name. I can't remember it at the moment, but I was like, hey, are you so-and-so? And he's like, I am. He goes, yes, actually. He goes, yes. I was like, awesome. If I buy you a shot, can I get a photo? Like, I'll buy you a shot anyway, but, you know, because I'm sorry I'm disturbing you. Because he was with, like, 3 friends. Yeah. He goes, yeah, we can take a picture, but I'm going to be the one to hold it and choose the angle. And I said, absolutely. Yeah. And I could already tell he had a little snotty-ass attitude from the way that he was reacting to me already. Yeah. So in case y'all don't know, I am from MySpace era, honey, and I know how to look thin from here up, okay? And I literally sat on the floor so fast. He tried to get the picture quick to just hand me my phone back. But girl, I was ready, girl. I was ready, girl. And I sat down and I was like, I'm going to post a picture on here so that you can see it. As you can tell, I look thin, honey. I look skinty. Period. Skinty. And he gives me that phone back, and he was like, I said, thank you again. He goes, uh-huh. And he turns. I was like, this bitch. So I went and bought him a shot. I was like, I don't know what he drinks. So I guess I said, what do you drink? He goes, vodka. And I was like, okay. Shit. So I went and got him a shot of vodka, chilled, took it back over there, right. And I was like, here you go. Thanks again. And he just had such a nasty attitude. And I was like, you know what? This is why you don't meet people that you like in movies. Yeah. Like
everybody says you'll be so disappointed. Yes. For the people that like you look up to.
Well, I don't look up to him. I mean, he's taller than me, so I had to. But girl, he's like 6'7", 6'8", and I'm 6'2".
Is he like actually gay, or is he just playing a role?
No, he gay.
Okay.
Girl, she is a homo. Like.
Okay, I was just making sure. I was like, gay roles.
No, girl. She's a woman. Okay. But the thing is you would think he'd be so nice because you see him do stuff like, there's different things that he's done as far as fundraisers for the community and things like that. And I was like, I was excited to meet because I was like,
a lot of people with that, it's very for the cameras.
Yeah, girl. And I was like, bitch, you didn't do that many roles. You're not that famous. Go on somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, you were in a movie that like you were only famous because the people that were in it, and that you got like they threw you that bone for the shtick. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like.
You go Glen Coco.
Yeah, you go Glen Coco. You go Glen Coco.
That was the biggest line you got in that movie.
No, and not for you, Gretchen.
Yeah.
Not for you, Gretchen Wieners.
She needs the Gretchen Wieners.
Girl, hello. Well, and that's the thing is like, I mean, for me, when it comes to social media, and it was so great to meet you, and I haven't really went too deep in with talking to you guys about it, but being able to reach out to you and you always interact, you were so quick to respond. I mean, the thing is 148,000 subscribers on Instagram is huge. And when you reach out to people, you don't expect for them to respond. And that sounds very hateful, but imagine how many people that are, like you already have a great following, you're already established, and people probably reach out to you all the time to ask you the most mysterious things to the point where you get kind of numb and you don't want to answer anything.
It's like, sometimes you're like,
it's like with Rich. I mean, when people try and talk to Rich, I mean, he still responds. He still talks, but sometimes it gets a little
Rich,
extra.
It's like a lot of clout chasing too. You know what I mean? You have to be really careful with that in general.
Yeah. But I mean, you were quick. I mean, you responded. I was like, hey, we should collab. You didn't say, girl, you only got like a little over 2,000 on Instagram. You only have 1,400 on YouTube. So you weren't like, girl, you're not on my level yet. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's really cool to see people that are so humble and so down to earth when it comes to just social media. Because again, it don't matter how many people you have. At the end of the day, it's still about people. Yeah. So, and
some people feel like Kim Kardashian. I'm like, calm down, calm down, like, or Jackie.
I have heard,
like for the makeup community.
I've heard that I look just like Kim K, from Circle K, and but I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. But if there's one thing that you could tell my fabulous followers and my fabulous supporters, the Taylor-tots. Obviously, I really want you guys to go and support her channel. Please make sure you follow her on Instagram and YouTube for sure. But if there was anything for your brand of you that you want them to know and to feel when they leave this video, what would it be?
It would be that I'm just here for the makeup. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like, I feel like, being an influencer and all this is always like so much noise and like politics and this and that. It's like, I'm just here to do makeup.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is why I started my Instagram in general, because I didn't start to get sponsorships, to get followers. I just wanted to share what I love with other people that love the same thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's why I did it. And that's why I remind myself, whether you get 2 likes or 200,000, like, I'm here for the makeup.
Preferably 200,000.
Yeah, preferably. But you know what I mean? Like, obviously it makes you feel good to get recognized, to get, because we work so hard, and it's so hard. Like, it's a lot that goes behind. It's not just us filming ourselves doing makeup. I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. But
for me, the main thing is that I'm here for the makeup.
Yeah.
I'm here for, like, to give you tips.
And that's the thing that I love about this. And so whenever I ask questions like these, I always dissect it, or like, I break it down into pieces so that it's relatable in the sense of like, for them to know like an overall and what I took from it. Yeah. For me, like what you just told me is that you are so passionate of doing makeup. You're doing it on yourself anyway. And to make people feel amazing and look amazing, because you do it as tutorials. You're not just saying, here's a look, good job, good luck figuring it out. You're showing it. So her passion that she is bringing joy to herself every single day, she's sharing it with you, because again, we want to look like this, honey. And I say we because, honey, I want to look like this too, girl. This skin is, when I tell you, there's not a single filter on this damn video. You can probably tell looking at me, but girl, she looks sick. But the thing is that you actually teach people how to do it. Yeah. And I love how fast your tutorials are, because that's something I don't do. Yep, I don't do that. You're like, here's the color, boom. Here's this, boom. Like, she's on it. It's quick to the point, and it looks flawless. Yeah. And it's something that looks like it's achievable to an everyday person that maybe isn't that like super high-end makeup guru. Because girl, I'm not that either. And I know that I've even caught myself watching some of your videos on Instagram, because I'm really looking to see, like, because it's so fast and to the point, and you have a certain amount of time to do it in. Yeah. But it's fantastic. Again, so tell them, what is the fabulous platforms that they can find you on in the name? My
VeMakeup 713 on Instagram, on YouTube, and TikTok. Yes.
VeMakeup 713. Yes. I love it. Yes. I love it. I love it. Well, I am so excited for you to be here. No, I appreciate you being here. She drove to my house today. And I told her I was so excited because she's actually my first person that I'm actually using the new podcast area in. And please make sure you go like, share, and subscribe all of her fabulous content. Again, make sure that you're sharing this one. Leave in the comments what your favorite section was that we were talking about. If you're from her channel, please make sure you're saying came from V.
Yes.
That way that we know that that's where you came from. And tell us what you love so much about her and what got you to follow her in the beginning anyway. Because guess what? We are nothing without you. Okay? We're talented. Yes, we have passion. We have big personalities. But it's you that gives us the platform to be successful, and we truly appreciate you. So again, for all of her fabulous clouds and my awesome Taylor-tots, we appreciate you so much. And thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Mwah!